what do I have to pay Michael to never hear him say the word saucy episode ever again?
1 potato pocket, please.
It's a potato cup. And we're sponsored today by Backyard Taco.
Because they wouldn't let us in the front yard.
They're too
You
embarrassed.
you sound like the narrator on like an antidepressant medication episode, like commercial.
Are you feeling down? Does nothing that you enjoy make you happy anymore? Because that's me.
Apply directly to the forehead.
Yeah, head on. Apply directly to the forehead.
Yeah.
Try finger butthole.
Try finger butthole. Yes. That's a Dark Souls reference for all those that didn't get it.
Well, maybe you should get good.
That is also a good reference.
Well, thank you all for being here for the ASMR version of the Disinformed podcast.
No, it's not an ASMR.
We are going to make a slew of mouth sounds that Michael will then not edit out of the episode so that you all can enjoy our salivary marvels.
It sounds like you're fighting anesthesia.
So the first time that I made love to an aardvark was in a small Chrysler convertible
Was it
outside of Barstow, California.
okay? Was it open or closed?
The aardvark or the convertible?
No, we know what the aardvark was. What about the convertible?
Well, it was a Chrysler.
Oh, okay. That makes
Yeah.
sense.
Sounds like a Joe Rogan fan ordering a sandwich.
Ooh. I could go for a sandwich. Like all Joe Rogan fans, I love some hot meat in my mouth.
So anyway, have you guys tried DMT?
And anyway, speaking of hot meat in one's mouth, hi, old cum slingers, and welcome to the fucking Disinformed podcast. I'm Shane.
I'm John.
I'm Michael.
I'm Michael.
I'm Courtney.
Do I
You don't
sound
know what I bring to this podcast.
do I sound like Cartman right now?
Well, you sound like a jackass, but that can't be helped. So.
Yeah, that has nothing to do with my level of my voice right now.
My sweet summer child, you're sick for the 18th time. Huh?
It just it loves to schedule itself right
Man.
before recording.
Courtney and I have both been on here actually infected with fucking coronavirus, and we sound better than you have not having it twice.
What can I say? I like to exceed
So,
expectations.
allow me to crib from my
COVID
own
hit
future
on me.
TikTok, but if you don't straighten up, fly right, and find some fucking will to live, I'm gonna kill your ass.
Wait, you're telling me to find a will to live, but if
Just shut the fuck up, Michael. Anywho.
John, do you want to tell the boys about our new target demographic?
No, I think you
People
should.
that shop at Target?
No, but John's
Bougie
really
white
pulling
girls?
it with the gays these days. That's our new
I've heard.
target demo.
I kill in that demographic.
Unintended. He's really pulling it.
I'm pulling it. You know it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had Charlotte's friend just in stitches the whole night. I was his favorite person.
Well, according to your intro to last week's episode, you look like you fit in.
Maybe I do. Maybe I don't. You don't know. I don't know these things.
I don't know
Who's
what you
gonna
bring
know?
to this relationship.
Yeah. How would we know? How would we know?
Yeah.
How would we know?
Yeah, no one
How
would.
many dicks will it take?
You know what's funny is I know you're referencing something that I didn't watch. So
That's fine. You're not missing out.
Yeah, well, I never am. I FOMO like a motherfucker.
We actually had. So you were the only person in the band that wasn't at Logan's.
Yeah.
Yeah,
On Sunday
uh-huh.
night.
You act
And
like
no-
this is something different.
No. What I'm
I
trying to
hate
say.
you fuckers. I mean, I'm forced into Congress with you in most instances. I mean, if I can help it, I stay away.
Dewan was there as well. You know, so it would have just enhanced.
Well,
the,
if I had been there, he would have showed up 4 hours late after I'd already gone home. So what the fuck does that matter?
I actually feel like you and Dewan are probably on the same sleeping schedule. For being honest.
What, like never?
Either always or never. Yeah.
Indeed.
Anywho, missed you, buddy. It was a lot of fun. I don't think I've had like a band hang in a long time. So.
Well, I've now reached that glorious stage in my life where I'm preparing for death in every way imaginable, and this is the isolation period so that I know what the grave starts to feel like.
Oh, so it's like with pets where they try and crawl under the house or something like that? Is that where you're at?
Yeah,
Oh,
and you're
wow.
the worms that are working their way through my intestines slowly.
Thank you.
I actually
Crawling
saw.
in my skin.
I saw the perfect bumper sticker for you today, Shane. I was on the back of some dude's hybrid, and it said, "I love aging and dying." And then I drove past him, and this man must have been about 900 years old. So I'm going to find the sticker for you and send it over.
Okay.
Here's hoping.
I mean, I would endorse it to everybody else, but that's just because I hate people. So die as quick as you can, kids. I'll be happier. But speaking of death, what we typically do here, besides being uninteresting and driving away listeners, is we usually delve into random esoterica, and in the course of explaining it to one another, we leaven in the occasional lie, because it's delightful. It's one of Michael's best ideas, other than pulling out. And, it's delightful. We've enjoyed it immensely. And who's talking at us today? Who could it be?
How
Hey,
could
me.
it be now?
Arnold at work?
It's funny you said, pulling out could save him, but even that didn't work because he still ended up with a child. So
Cucked by God.
Yeah, this is not his.
And I'm Michael.
I am not the father.
Maury?
Been
You
trying
are?
to reach you about your car's extended warranty.
Hi, my name is Jim from Student Loans, and I want to make sure that you're getting all of your interest rates appropriately distributed amongst your various accounts and profiles.
And I'm looking at your account, and it seems that you can refinance your student loans through us, and you can make so many savings, so much
And
savings.
also, so much savings. I can see that you're also in arrears, and that can't be comfortable.
I don't know where we are.
nope.
No one does. So, Courtney, what are we talking about this week?
Oh, I don't know if I can save this one, guys. But do you prefer to read in warm lighting or cool lighting?
Fuck me.
So this is how that last episode felt for you guys.
This is cursed.
Okay.
I do have sharp objects near me, and I'm willing to use them.
We've
So
seen your knife. We know.
I'm
Oh,
not afraid.
I got another one.
Nice.
Wow, that was way quick. Like, you had
Do
that
I need
right
to
in your
call
lap
Melissa?
the entire time.
I'm not kidding. They're right here. I mean, I'm not waiting around for this shit.
So you said warm lighting or cool
Yeah, no,
lighting?
that was a joke.
Oh,
I do have an opening question for you, but I have to give a brief disclaimer because our legal team said I had to. I am not a nutritionist or a dietitian. And frankly, if you take medical advice from a podcast called Disinformed, you're just stupid and should go elsewhere.
Are
So-
you dumb?
9 out of 10 doctors would recommend that you cut down on breathing because, from what I understand, it's hazardous to your health.
Exactly.
Oxygen,
Thanks, Wayne.
the other white meat.
But much like my episode on MSG, I try to pull factual information, but that does not mean you should take my advice over medical professionals' advice. But I don't recommend doing the research. There are smart people who already know that stuff, so let's all keep that in mind.
There's also 3 people on this call that never take medical professionals' advice either, so I mean.
Exactly.
Bet.
if it hasn't fallen off yet.
Still around somehow.
Mm-hmm.
Like a cheese wheel.
But to get to our opening question, what kind of milk do you guys drink?
Breast.
I figured. I would think you'd be a little more swole if you were drinking breast milk regularly, but that's fine, John.
Oof. All those essential proteins and vitamins.
Magnesia for me.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Michael?
2%.
Is that because you think you're fat? You could be drinking whole milk if you wanted to.
No,
I thought he was telling us what he's getting in his master's degree.
That's generous. I didn't know they had negative percentages until I saw my grade. No, I grew up on 2% milk, so I just never tried anything else.
I was also a 2% milk drinker growing
Same.
up. But now I don't really drink milk all all that often. I think almond milk now probably, and just like in cereal.
Considering it kills the thing that I love, I can't have milk in the house any longer. So
That's fair.
So you get the fake milk.
yeah, dick milk.
Not with that attitude.
Well, I have 4 lies for you guys today, and we're gonna be talking about milk because I think it's interesting.
I want to know
Son
who's
of a
got it,
bitch, you
where
stole
it
it.
is, why it is, and how.
Yeah, like, I don't know. We seem like a terrible energy today, so why not just talk about something boring
Absolutely.
and obsolete?
Did
So-
this? Did we actually
Absolutely.
document this, or was this on the lost episode when we were talking about my hearing the milk advertisements on my way home?
That was on the last episode.
Okay, yes. So I had heard a ridiculous string of like 3 straight ads from the Arizona Lactation Committee or some random bunch of nonsense.
I would love if that was what they were actually called.
Yes, where they were essentially just begging you to help them. And one of the farmers was giving this glorious impassioned speech about how every time I walk down, it sounded like Michael on COVID. Every time I walk down the aisle at the grocery store and I see things that my cows have created, I've never felt more proud. And if you come out to the state cattle auction in the next 4 days, you'll get free tickets for admission to an equestrian event of your choosing if you drink milk and show a receipt for like $87 worth of milk products.
Oh God.
Sounds like a good deal. I'm in.
So I'm glad that we're running with this. That makes me very excited.
So we were
thank you.
talking about that, and I had also heard that commercial. I'd only caught the tail end, though, that was like, bring your $15 worth of milk product receipts and come look at horses for free, I guess. I don't know.
I've got a ticket to ride.
And I think that plant milk is really interesting. So those two things kind of coupled, I was like, I think I can make something out of this. And worst case scenario, it's still not going to be heavy water. So that's fine.
Yep. I'm glad I set the baseline
Well,
for that. I'm
Yeah,
happy
because
for
I mean, we have milk and we have heavy water. We can't have both.
No.
it. Heavy milk?
So I grew up on 2%, kind of like half the group here. But I drink whole milk now because I'm a cool person. But my
Nice.
parents would do this thing where they'd be like, let's go on a low-fat diet. And then we would drink white water, aka skim milk. And like, why even bother? Like, it's disgusting.
Yeah.
But
the
for
LaCroix-
starters,
Oh, sorry. I was going to say that's like the LaCroix flavor of milk.
Oh. Milk flavored
That's what,
LaCroix.
that's what
Milk?
skim milk
Oh,
is.
God.
It's like LaCroix flavored milk.
If there's bubbles in that, we might need to get your cows looked at.
Oh, man.
Wait, you guys didn't drink bubbly milk?
Depending upon what demographic we're appealing to this week, I suppose I could.
Yeah, I just sucked it right out of a hose. They just had
Yeah,
me close my
indeed.
eyes. And...
Gotta suck the poison out of the trouser snake.
Yeah, it was always like I'd say like lukewarm.
Uh-oh.
Oh, did she freeze this time?
Oh.
Fuck
no.
me.
Are we
What's
round
going
robin
on?
freezing? This is fucking great.
Oh, this is the world's worst Survivor episode I've ever been on. I just gotta tell you.
I really want to learn the Mario theme on the guitar for sound checks.
Oh.
Oh God. Putting a hat on a hat. We already have a raving psychotic violin player who just rants and raves and pretends to be a purple minion every time we get on stage. And now you want to play the Mario theme.
And now,
Fuck, I guess I'll just switch from guitar to recorder and we can really class this joint up.
it's going to
Start-
be big.
Playing Hot Cross Buns
Yes.
for the fucking first track on our glorious new record called We'll Be Kicked Out of Every Venue We Fucking Enter In.
Beautiful.
Can't be kicked out if you never go.
Exactly.
Yeah, we'll never know.
That's why I don't go to parties.
'Cause he
Can't
just
ask me
brings-
to leave if I don't show up.
Haha.
Welcome back.
Can't fall off if you never touch it.
Tuesdays are cursed, guys. We can't keep doing this.
That's essentially the what the concession that we've made to each other.
The hat is not cursed.
This is cursed. That is cursed. My eye is cursed. The
This
man standing on
fucking guy.
John's balcony is cursed.
I hate you.
Yeah, that was a big goddamn animal. I don't know what it was, but it flew by at a rapid rate of speed, and I'm terrified for you, buddy. Jeepers Creepers 4 on John's
That's actually
back
where
patio.
it was when Zoom crashed, was on John's patio.
Peepers?
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Oh yeah, he has terrible internet. It's
So the-
not worth it.
Sound of leathery wings uncoiling was not from our target demographic again.
The neighborhood children could be heard on my mic screaming.
Indeed. That's a euphemism we all want to play with.
There's so much blood, they said.
What kind of milk do you like to drink?
Oh my God, she took Craig.
Fuck that guy.
Craig was
imagine-
6 years old and he had CP.
But like I said, fuck that guy.
Now I'm just imagining John chasing children down the street with his pants off. Half-mast, going like, what kind of milk do you drink?
Somehow I don't feel like you'll ever get Steph to draw that.
It's whole milk in Hoboken.
Why is it
It's a
so
beautiful place.
thick?
Milk from my holes.
Oh,
We brought it in and we imported it from Secaucus.
Well, I think we're back, Michael.
yeah. I was just gonna wait until she started talking, and that was probably when I was gonna see in.
Are you seeing now?
Oh, I'm seeing hard, man.
Seagram's golden wine coolers.
If you keep doing that, I'm going to seek.
I'm gonna seek so hard.
So milk, am I right?
And what's the deal?
I'll seek into that milk.
I don't want to be here anymore.
Oh,
Milk me,
Oh.
daddy?
Oh, there we go.
Could you imagine if
not
that was
unusual.
actually like where I took this?
Tom Jones?
Just right to that
The milk
episode of
fetish?
Dave.
It's not unusual to get milk from anyone. It's not unusual to lay spunk on anyone.
And everyone.
But if these kids don't like milk by the time I'm done.
Sorry, I'm just reading the drink I have, making sure that there's actually no alcohol.
I don't know,
or
you might want it.
anything fucked up in it because I have to be high right now.
Man,
Bruh.
I knew this LaCroix tasted like child's tears.
Is that a new flavor?
It is now.
Speaking of milk,
LaCroix? Milk
Got
flavored
milk?
Yeah,
LaCroix.
got milk. So basically, grocery store milk, pretty simple, pretty easy. There's 4 kinds, and chocolate milk doesn't count. That's different. But typically, you're going to find whole, 2%, 1%, and fat-free. The difference, of course, being the fat content. So with whole milk, you're going to have about 36% fat by volume. And then for 2%, you'll have 2% by volume, 1% by volume, and then fat-free. Obviously, they take all the fat out. And it's disgusting. And why would you buy that? And I will keep saying that this whole episode.
So each one of the hosts of this show represents a type of milk.
Oh no, I'm fat free, aren't I?
I was going to say, I got 36% fat by volume. So got that covered.
I'm fat free because no one wants me around. No one wants to drink me anyway.
Eat me, drink me.
lock me in your torture dungeon.
Milk me like one of your French whores.
Speaking of, you all have milked cows, right? Like that's pretty common. We've all done that.
I mean, technically.
In Arizona.
I just indicated I have 36% fat by volume and spots. So basically, yeah.
Michael's dead.
Oh,
God.
I wasn't expecting that.
Oh.
He's running. Run away.
I won't be cowed by your laughter.
Oh boy. This is going great. So if you haven't milked a cow, audience who doesn't listen to this show anymore, it was great knowing you.
Any of you uncultured swine out there never wrapped your meaty hands around another.
Oh, I'm sorry for you. If you haven't,
Sounds like it's fan
it's
fiction.
a very unique experience. But
You've never lived until you've stroked a moderately hairy nipple.
Did they return the favor?
Twice.
It's kind of hard with their hooves, but they make do.
I don't like it here.
I'm in danger.
Mom, pick me up. I'm scared.
But when you milk a cow, basically in the bucket, the cream rises to the top. So when you buy milk in the store, it goes through a process to keep it all together. And that is called homogenization. And what that does is it takes all the homophobic cells of the milk and introduces them to the rest of the milk. So they can all be together in one bottle. I really think we could all use some homogenization in our country. But anyways.
Well, that's bullshit. There's no homophobic milk.
It's not a lie. It's just a joke. But actual. Yeah.
Wait, we tell jokes here on this
I didn't write headers,
podcast?
I wrote jokes. So sorry, Michael.
Well, sometimes.
I
Yeah.
don't know what those are.
But the
Jokes.
homogenization process in the milk you find in the grocery store is a lot like John's morning poop. Basically, it's a lot of product through a small hole really fast.
Have you
Holy
been
shit.
watching me?
What the fuck?
You're not a real friend of John, and it shows if you think he's got a small asshole.
Well, he is a big asshole. He can have a small one, though. First thing in the morning?
Not when I'm done
Well,
with
that's where it spits. My holes!
my holes. Listen, I can't get my elbow up into that thing if it's tiny.
It's like a sock puppet.
My little man muppet over here.
Courtney,
Yeah,
is this what you expected?
I was reading this to Jonah this morning, and he's like, it's kind of bland. And I was like, I don't think you know them so good. I was like,
There's also milk involved there.
and I was just like, no, I think they'll be able to really riff off this. And he was like, yeah, it's not going to be funny though. And it turns out, we're
Not funny.
Yeah.
But that's par for the course.
if you
I was
wanted
like,
a
what else
comedy
is new?
podcast, find another one. I don't know. Yeah.
You've come to the wrong place. Yes.
So yeah, basically the homogenization, it's a high pressure procedure that causes the fat molecules to shrink, and then it emulsifies with the milk, and that's actually where milk gets its white color. Most milk also undergoes pasteurization, which is a process of superheating the milk to remove harmful bacteria. And then you'll notice a lot throughout this episode, I'm going to say generally and usually a lot, because there are a lot of different thoughts on milk. I did cite Big Milk as one of my sources because I find it really entertaining how much they do to advertise milk and push milk, as Shane knows very well based on radio ads recently.
Well,
Indeed.
they're getting me too, because I've seen ads for like double dry hopped milk. Like people putting citro
Really?
hops, mosaic hops into different milk blends.
Wait.
No.
Oh.
Well, I've seen some
Michael
double
got
dry
super
humped milk, but
Yeah. Michael got super excited. He goes, I can have hops in my milk
Well,
too?
No, I don't.
The
like
reason
hops.
I
don't
almost
drink
believed you
IPAs.
is because
I
there is
hoppy.
a coffee shop that hops their cold brew. So hopped milk is really not that
Fuck
far out of the
off.
question.
I mean, hop, water, all that other stuff. Like, I wouldn't put it past someone to try.
hoppin'. Why are we doing it froggy style? That's all I want to know.
Why is it
It's never
always
Froggy style enough.
They're back on the lily pad again.
But yeah, so like there's lots of different ways that you can get your milk. So you can buy unpasteurized, unhomogenized, straight from the other, as Shane's face clearly
Oh,
Shane,
Yeah,
Shane
I
prefers
know
a
that about
farm-to-table approach, if you
I
catch
do.
my meaning.
is
I
that
actually
true?
prefer
Wait.
goats to cows because you
And
get
they're
more
portable.
horns, less resistance.
It's like It's like
They
Shane's
are.
granddaddy always used to say, goats before hose.
Explains a lot.
Wait, is that true? You can actually
Oh,
buy
absolutely. People will
unpasteurized
actually
milk
go
at
to farmers
places?
market specifically to buy raw milk. And it's completely separated because obviously, like I said, like the
Fucking
fat is going
gross.
to rise up to the top. And so you're going to have that like weird watery situation and it has to be shaken before use every time. There's a lot of different schools of thought on as far as like the health risks associated with it. I personally wouldn't drink it. It sounds really terrifying and slightly gross.
Yeah.
Because again, if you've ever been
Yeah.
around a cow, I don't want to drink anything that just came right on out without any like sanitization process, but that's just me.
Well, yeah. Aren't there like udders usually covered in dirt, shit, what have you?
Not if you sucked them properly.
Well, I guess it's fair.
Yeah,
Gotta suck
exactly.
the poison out.
Well, and I think usually too, when they do milk a cow, like the first little bit that comes out, they don't even use that. They're like, no, we got to get to the good stuff. So, yeah,
We don't want your
Exactly.
pre-milk.
it's not as potent.
Oh, you're going to make me milk.
Oh, you made me milk.
I'm trying to restrain myself here, but yeah. If you really don't want this to be a boring episode, I can talk about how all of the professional milk producing cows have to have you hold just directly under the udder so you build up an appropriate milk shot before you let it go. So otherwise it doesn't look as good on camera.
Fuck me.
Sounds legit. I believe it.
Honestly, I didn't expect it to keep going as long as it has.
Yeah, well, what are you going to do?
That's milking.
Obviously, I'm trying to delay the finish.
Did you just blue ball that cow?
Do cows like to be edged?
Yeah.
It's Blue Bell. It's the brand.
you
It's
you like
different.
grab the udder and then you start stroking, you let go. Oh, I'm gonna milk you. No, not yet. Not yet. You gotta ask for it.
And now we have interspecies erotica on the podcast.
Gotta finish.
Thank you for that, Michael.
Michael, this wasn't supposed to be a furries episode. Can you just hold that in for like 1 week?
Too late.
That
Nope.
He's a changed man.
The professional cows
Right,
can, though.
exactly.
They've learned.
Oh, Jesus.
and the
all that
important part
training.
about professional cows is they do what's best for themselves. The same way we should do what's best for ourselves as regards to what kind of milk we drink. Yeah,
Okay.
Beautiful segue. I applaud you.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what I'm doing here. Anyways, so plant milk, that's a thing, right? And it's funny too
Yeah,
because
that's
in
what I hear.
most recent years, like it's become this like hipster trendy coffee shop. You go and they've got like 17 different kinds that you can order, and they charge you like $17 for your latte because you wanted like half almond milk, a splash of soy, and then like coconut foam, and it's like a whole thing. But the funny thing about that
Lobster farts.
lobster
Yeah.
farts, I don't think you can milk a lobster, if we're being
Not with
honest.
that attitude.
Not in this economy.
Not in this economy.
But one of the big reasons that milk substitutes have become so popular over the last few years is people have noticed more milk allergies and more lactose intolerance. And a lot of people don't understand those are two separate things. Does anybody know the difference?
Well, lactose intolerance causes you to have gastrointestinal issues based on it, whereas the actual allergic reaction is typical of any other allergic reaction, so it will cause itching, can cause you to have sores in certain instances, and can, in worst case scenario, I imagine probably cause anaphylactic shock or something.
Exactly.
And you get an allergy, and you get an allergy.
Here's the thing. What's funny about talking about that is I actually do have very weird reactions to things. So, like, if I have ice cream within, like, 3 minutes after eating it, I will already have a severe amount of phlegm.
Mm-hmm.
To the point where, like, I have to start clearing my throat immediately. So I assume I have had some sort of allergy to milk for the entirety of my life. So once I started encountering things like soy milk, I was delighted. Because breathing is fun.
Allegedly.
It's fine.
Allegedly.
It's fine enough.
It's up to debate.
Take it or leave it.
So basically what you said is totally correct. So milk is one of the big 8 allergens. So there's in food science, there's 8 that we consider the big ones. And those include tree nuts, peanuts, soy, eggs, shellfish / crustaceans, because those are technically 2 different things, but they put it into one category, and then fish and wheat.
Sorry, what was this list? This is the list of things that kill Dewan?
Wait, is soy an actual allergy?
It is, yeah. It's a big one.
Huh. That sucks. I mean, they all suck, but I didn't know soy was a thing because a lot of people turn to soy.
Suck, Michael? When and where and how do they suck?
Well, usually after a good night out at a good having good dinner, and there's heavy petting. But I lost my train of thought with that stupid.
We get back to the cows again, or
yeah, just get back to the cows.
Oh,
no, with the heavy petting.
Cow. Oh, that's a nice cow.
It's a petting zoo.
It's how you
look, a
start.
nice
It's foreplay for the cow before you start milking them.
It's how you start a relationship. Yes. Is wheat one of the allergies?
Yeah. So when we talk about wheat, we're talking about gluten intolerance or gluten allergies.
All right.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
I was assuming, but yeah, it's a derivative. Okay, I gotcha.
Yep, exactly. And so, fortunately, you kind of summed up my next paragraph really well as far as allergy versus intolerance. So a lot of people don't know that with an allergy, your body is actually negatively responding to the proteins in the milk. So that's going to be the casein and whey. And a lot of times if you're allergic to milk, you can't substitute other animal milk because it has the same proteins in it. Whereas if you're intolerant, you have an issue breaking.
That means that your white blood cells all line up with signs and picket and say, we don't want any other type of blood cells.
All white cells
yeah,
matter.
it's intolerance to the milk sugar. So yeah, some white sugar intolerance there. And a lot of times with milk or dairy intolerance, you can do like goat's milk because it doesn't have as much as the lactose in it. So kind of interesting. And then with the allergy, you can go into anaphylaxis and die, but with intolerance, it's just going to be uncomfortable. Could be severely uncomfortable, but it's unlikely to kill you.
I think the other thing, and I'm not trying to get ahead of you, but having seen a slew of documentaries in particular, like Forks Over Knives and things like that, where they talk about that the material that is in milk, be that human, animal, or other, any sort of material like that is intended to help formulate life as it is growing, right? But not something that should be continually ingested as you move along your lifespan. And they draw a lot of negative physical reactions to that, not the least of which being the ones that you're referring to here, which is why I find it really interesting that there is now this sort of like dyed-in-the-wool, really strong push to, you know, we got to keep our mammals alive and employed. We need animal milk.
Yes and no, but what were you going to say, Michael?
Oh, I was just going to say that even the idea of us consuming other like animals' milk is like a fairly recent one in our human like evolution. I think the ability to process lactose goes back, I think, only a couple like tens of thousands of years. And so you could actually see, depending on the cultures and the migrations, there's different areas in the world where they process milk or a lot less likely to process milk than in other cultures. It's actually like really fascinating.
Why are you taking my script, Michael?
God damn it. I wasn't sure if you were going to try and approach it from a scientific perspective.
It's my fault.
No.
I got us started on this route.
I got it. Yeah, I got excited too. The milk edging and all that stuff.
There are 3 types of lactose intolerance, actually. As far as milk not being something that people should have later on in life, there are different opinions on that. A lot of that is due to genetics. Some people can produce enough lactase to continue it into adulthood with no issues, and some people don't, which is how we're going to get into the 3 types of intolerances. And what Michael's saying is totally accurate. There's different people groups that, because of climate, because of disease, because of geographical location, didn't really grow up with milk besides past weaning. So we'll get into that a little more, because I did nerd out on this a little bit. I didn't know there were 3 types of intolerance.
All right. Well, now, here's the thing. If you can't produce lactase, like, can you get, like, an executive producer?
Yeah.
Well, seeing as how our podcast can't get an executive producer, I would just assume that, milk is like the least of most producers' concerns.
Yeah, well, we can't sustain anybody.
Yeah.
We can't even produce.
Has Dewan offered to executive produce the show?
I'm sure he will now. But you know what's going to happen. We're not talking about topics anymore. We're just talking about dicks for 45 seconds.
And that's the whole episode.
And that's about as short as it comes.
45 second. Yeah.
I swear it never happens like that.
Oh, they
Speaking
come shorter.
of milk,
Yeah, tell us about the 3 types. So I just have to state, is 3 types bullshit?
It's not.
Are there actually?
I did find some articles that stated that there were 4. According to the Mayo Clinic, they kind of combined 2 of them to be similar enough that they fall into the same category. But of course, with anything food and science related, this is always changing. So I could tell you all this information today, and by next week, Cornell has done a new study, because that was one of the studies I read. I want to say there was a study out of a university in San Francisco. Like, people are constantly looking at this stuff, so it's always changing.
And plus, what the hell does Mayo know? There's no milk in that.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's just eggs,
idiots.
Do you know how many people think that eggs are dairy? Like, this is a common issue, guys.
For real?
Yes.
Wasn't there some, like, food pyramids that included
yes,
like eggs in okay, yeah, that's what I thought, because I do very faint memories that haven't been destroyed by alcohol of food pyramids that like kind of paired dairy and certain types of meats like eggs and fish, I think, as like one part of the food group. And so
is it like a protein based sort of thing?
That's yes, yeah.
And a lot of people, because the eggs are in the dairy section, they just assume that since the eggs are next to my cheese and I have actually heard stories of people being like, well, I am lactose intolerant, so no eggs.
I mean, these are the people that if breathing wasn't a reflex action, they would suffocate within 5 minutes.
Exactly.
Damn.
He's not wrong.
It's IQ's smaller than their shoe size, but
wait, hold on, I have to breathe.
Wait, you guys do this
saying
all the time?
they constantly have an alarm going off on their iPhone every like 2 to 3 seconds.
Oh, hold on a second.
Sorry. Regardless of what they're doing, it's stop everything.
So as far as the 3 types of lactose intolerance, the first one is primary hold on. God damn it.
Done. It's not like we're distracting you or anything.
Gosh.
You should be able to keep a hold of your script.
Well, I only have one monitor,
what are you,
guys,
me?
so like this is just
I cannot fucking work like this.
Okay? Yeah. So
I said in my writer.
primary lactose intolerance is developed with age. So as infants, kind of like what we talked about, our bodies produce lactase, which is the enzyme used to break down the lactose or the sugar. And as we get older, we start to introduce other foods into our diets. And eventually we stop drinking as much milk because we're not drinking mother's milk. And we may have not introduced it because of culture, because of health concerns. And so eventually our bodies just stop producing enough lactase to break down the lactose.
Some of our moms are just stingy with the tit.
Well, I mean,
I already fed you once today. You're fine.
I don't remember what the docuseries was on Netflix, but there was a whole one about a dude that was buying breast milk online because it was helping him with his bodybuilding. So if that's something you're interested in, you can totally continue the mother's milk if that's what you want to do.
Yeah. There was also like that whole craze for a while where people were making ice cream out of breast milk.
Yeah.
And then that was a whole thing.
Would you try it?
I mean, if I can get it from the source, absolutely.
Is this vanilla or chocolate or swirl?
I tuck some rock salt up under my gum line. Put a couple ice cubes in the back of the cheeks, just, apply directly
saucer.
to the mouth
Yeah.
and then just shake vigorously. It's a milkshake.
So you're more of like a homemade as far as the
Oh yeah, I'm a hand churned kind of
I was
dryer
gonna say
boy.
he churns his
I'm just
own
gonna go ahead
butter.
and say Rule 34, guys. Rule 34.
Just me spitting the rock salt out afterward.
Oh god.
Your gums are bleeding from the salt being directly against them, but you're like, it was worth it.
Like Barney Gumble, straight from the tap. Yeah, I'm just
Woo.
bleeding gums Murphy over here.
I am disturbed.
Are you or aroused?
Ooh, ooh, ooh,
I was gonna say, no, you're John.
Oh no, mommy. Don't squirt it again. I'll be a good boy.
I promise. Don't stop. You're hurting me. Ah.
I just wanted my own breast milk ice cream. I wanted mint tit. I'm sorry. I'll stop derailing.
No,
Go.
you're good. So secondary lactose intolerance is when the body starts producing less lactase due to complications such as illnesses like Crohn's disease or with complications such as surgery. So if you have like part of your small intestine removed, it's very likely that your body will stop producing enough or any lactase. There are some therapies that have been developed to help rebuild that production, but I feel like if you have those kinds of medical conditions or complications, drinking milk is like the least of your concerns.
Yeah. Unless you're like a really big milk drinker, it's probably easier to just move on.
Even then, like there's so many other options, which we're going to talk about, that have been
True.
around for so long that like you'll survive. It'll be okay.
My whole identity is built around drinking milk.
My
How
whole
will I ever survive? My holes. They need milk.
You got there before I could, but
And then the last one we have is congenital or developmental lactose intolerance. So this occurs when a baby is born.
she didn't say genitals, John. It's different.
No, it was developmental. It's still referred to John.
Yeah.
Mama said they were my magic shoes.
They'll take you anywhere.
And then she would beat you with a hose.
Yes.
Mom,
yes,
this ain't
she would.
shoes.
Your mama sure does care about your schooling, son.
So this one happens when basically you're born with the inability to produce lactase. This is generally passed down generationally, so both your parents probably weren't able to digest milk properly as well. So this is the one we're probably seeing to be more likely the case in countries or even continents where milk is not a general part of the diet, is once you've finished drinking it as a baby, like you're not going to get it anywhere else, so your body just doesn't need to do the function of producing the lactase. Kind of what Michael was getting into earlier, lactose intolerant is really prevalent in places such as like Africa or Asia. Again, these are places where milk is not a big part of the staple diet.
And also Alabama, just because they're intolerant in general down there.
Yes.
But the
True
dairy
that.
farming, you got to do it.
Well, if the cows aren't related, I don't want their milk.
Roll Tide.
And with
Cursed.
lactose intolerance,
That's how you get an Alabama shake, by the way. Just in case you were curious. But
with it being able to be passed down generationally, there was actually a lot of talk about how the American food pyramid was racially biased in the sense of there's a lot of people who may have immigrated that already had an intolerance to milk, that have different dietary restrictions based on religion. And so including milk or dairy as a category on the food pyramid was actually had racist implications. I found one article that went back to 1998 where doctors were already like, hey, it really shouldn't be a part of. There's lots of other stuff that you can eat that's rich in calcium. Because that was really the big argument as to why it should be on the food pyramid. There was a lot of calcium deficiency around that time in the 90s. And so that was a big part. They were like, okay, Big Dairy's like, let's push. It's high in calcium, vitamin D. Like, you need this to be healthy. And that's just not really true.
Also in 1998, there was a big controversy because mankind got thrown off the top of the food pyramid.
At Hell in the Cell?
Yeah, no, the food pyramid is a different match, but same general functionality.
Straight
Man had
down,
a
20 feet,
family.
right?
Yeah, 20 feet down off the food pyramid, straight through the announce table again.
Again?
I said stop the match.
Yeah.
It's got
Man
a family.
had a family.
I said he can get his lactose in other ways. Protein can be found in so many things. Stop the damn match.
Damn near broke him in half.
Man's got a family, and he has to feed them.
But not milk.
More than milk.
They're lactose intolerant. They can't have it.
Indeed. No.
Or if you're Becky and from the Midwest, it's milk.
Milk! Or if you're from
Milk?
Canada, it comes in a
Milk.
bag.
So do I.
Is that actually true? I don't know if that's just like
I
a...
comes in a bag. My name's Shane.
I keeps it by my bedside in case I need a midnight snack.
Do you have one of the special pitchers for it too?
No, I just keep mason jars around, you know.
Oh, that's not how you're supposed to do it. So yeah, Michael, in Canada, they do actually sell a milk in like, I would almost compare it to, it's a softer plastic than like cereal bags, but it's very similar idea.
Huh.
Or if you've ever had the dressing packets from Salad and Go, it's like that material.
Okay.
But it's like a pint. And so they sell these special pitchers. And so you take it home, you snip the corner, and you just put the pitcher in your fridge. And it's super weird. And I imagine, like, if I had to deal with that, I would make a giant mess.
Yeah, probably
All the time.
myself as well.
Well, you know, I've seen certain OnlyFans videos that would indicate making that mess would earn you a lot of money.
Oh, I'll put that on a back burner for later.
Just in
But I
case
would
we
actually
run out of
imagine
content. Sorry.
That
Sorry.
that would actually have a lot less plastic waste. So it's another interesting sustainability thing. But as far as calcium deficiency, there's lots of other foods that can be added to the diet that have plenty of calcium. And frankly, you could survive without milk at all. Beans, lentils, leafy greens, stuff like that. If you incorporate it, healthy, balanced diet, blah, 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 you're going to be okay. But funnily enough, if you were to try to drink milk as your only thing to survive, you absolutely could do that. It wouldn't be
What?
very pleasant, but because it includes all of the necessary amino acids and vitamins, your body could totally be fueled by milk.
So you could be a McPoyle from Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
A what?
It's characters in Always Sunny in Philadelphia, and their shtick is how much milk they almost only drink. So if you look up a picture of them, it would serve you well.
I
imagine that they're gross.
They are very gross.
I am only but a small town bird lawyer, so I don't understand that show.
Ah.
Okay. All right. All that to be said, like, nobody should be shamed for not being able to have dairy products because, frankly, it's really common and actually really natural to not be able to. But I would like to point out that you are weaker than me, and I have to take the wins where I can get them. So, sorry about it.
It's fair. It's fair.
Man, how salty do we want to get today?
Uh-oh. That rock salt in your mouth, that's how salty.
Because I'm sure some of those people that can't tolerate milk can make a fist, though. So
That's, you know what? True enough.
True if big.
Big if true.
Please donate to our podcast so that Courtney can have working hands by the time she's 40. Thank you so much.
indeed, and
So that she
you know,
can
you could
throw
try to
said
help me
hands.
out as well, but mine is a self-inflicted injury. So
And then just because I was curious, I did look up the current food pyramid, which has since become myplate.gov. They still include a dairy category, but they do have in parentheses that you can eat other things besides dairy products. So like Big Milk was like, we'll let you have like some little parentheticals there at the bottom, but other than that, we still have to be featured.
well, I'm just going to say this right now. The Arizona dairy farmers can kiss my rebel ass.
Eat your ass and your pubes.
Indeed.
They run this state, man. Big Milk runs this state. They'll come after you.
It's one of the C's. You have to have it.
Indeed. Well, I'll come right back. So let's see how they
Well,
like that.
We all come around here.
Indeed. We all float.
Yeah.
Float on milk?
And I have the special pitcher to hold it.
Ha!
Oh, beautiful.
I come in bags.
We've established this. It is known.
So I know John mentioned almond milk is your preferred milk alternative.
Yes.
Shane, is that the one that you guys drink the most at home, or do you have a different one?
Well, the almond creamer is the one that Melissa typically goes for. And again, since it is her battle, I let her choose the weaponry.
Understandable, yeah.
I'm just kind of along for the ride. She can't process soy either, so usually I used to drink soy milk pretty regularly whenever I got stuff. But these days, I'm on the oat milk. Because oat milk to me is a lot creamier, and I need substance. I want to be able to, since I've got rock salt in my mouth, I got to be able to swish around and get a little traction.
Got to give something to relieve the gums.
Mm-hmm. And it's more sustainable.
That's true. We're going to talk about sustainability. Michael, do you have a preferred milk substitute? That's what I thought. You probably don't even know what that is. Let me tell you. So, milk substitutes and like plant-based milks have been around a lot longer than most people care to realize. So, we have evidence that as far back as the 13th century, plant milk was being produced all around the world.
Bullshit.
Notably,
Bullshit.
Wait, are we doing that? Is that the stick of the show where we call out lies?
I've done
Every
that
now
a
and
couple
again.
of times.
That's not bullshit, no.
Huh.
Oh.
Furthermore, I also didn't explain that in the intro, so she's taking a shot at me.
Oh. Oof.
Well, better just disconnect this call.
Indeed.
Can we start over?
I was
think
like,
we
yeah,
should-
next time you intro the fucking thing then. Have at it.
I didn't even realize you didn't. So
Fuck
you
it, we'll
actually
do it
just
live.
outed yourself, so...
I do that often, strangely enough.
I'm out right now.
I
under
come
the
in
table.
bags. Like I said that unprovoked. No one told me to say it.
Yeah, that's...
He just likes to tell people it.
Yeah.
He just likes to talk about the buckets and buckets of cum in bags.
I am sentimental, and every child lost is a damned shame.
That's what we know about John, too, actually.
What was that?
Every
That you,
sperm is sacred.
You like to save cups in your teenage bedroom.
Mhm. Quick
Yeah.
trip.
Yeah, absolutely.
Plaster the walls.
Got to see if anything grows.
Save for later. Yeah. Or, well, like, what you should have been doing is pouring hot sauce in the condoms after the fact so that nobody can steal your babies.
No, but then he'd drink it, because remember, he's the one that adds Tabasco to water.
I like
Spicy.
spicy water.
It would be even funnier as if his mom came in and dumped out the contents of his cup. He's like, no, my sea monkeys. I was
Is
waiting
that
to
where sea
watch.
monkeys come
I
from?
was
a
waiting
sea-
to watch my children grow.
That's a sea snake. Excuse you.
Oh.
No, the sea snake is what gives the sea monkeys life.
Man, nature's scary.
Monkey see,
Wow.
spunky do.
Guys, I thought animal sex was weird, but this is over my head.
As long as it's not on your head, you'll feel much better, I promise.
Big if true. So early nope, I can't. I literally can't. I just can't do this anymore, guys. Early plant milk includes nut milk made by Native American tribes, such as the Wabanaki tribe, who used to use it as baby formula.
What kind of nut?
That would depend on the region. It wasn't very specific in the article that I quoted.
Shane is having just the best time this week out of nowhere.
Yep.
It's great. You love
Here's the
to see
thing,
it.
though. With the Wabanakis, you do and you'll clean it up.
You do, and you will.
I've said it.
Ooh. So nut
Sorry.
milk, okay.
Yeah. And then I would imagine most of us are pretty
Nut adverse.
familiar with horchata.
Yes, we're familiar with horchata.
We emphasize the whore in that word, please.
We do not.
Wait,
Sex
is horchata
horchata.
nut milk?
No.
It's rice water.
Okay.
So the way we know it today is rice water, but it actually originated in North Africa, where people would use a tuber. Hold your breath, Shade. Sit down. You're going to love this. Referred to as tiger's nuts to make a sweetened beverage. It later grew in popularity in Iberia, modern-day Spain, and then was introduced to Mexico by the Spanish.
And Charlie Sheen.
Yes.
Yes, exactly. And, of course, now when they make it, it is made with rice, and it is still usually a sweetened beverage and has cinnamon, and it's delightful. It's so good.
Mm-hmm.
Coconut milk has also been used for centuries in Southeast Asia. Soy milk dates back to at least the 14th century. I would imagine it goes even further back than that, but that's what the source I cited said, because soy milk is a byproduct of making tofu. As of today, there are at least 20 different types of plant milk on the market.
I believe it.
They range... Huh?
I said I believe it.
And there's constantly being more added. And I'm going to tell you about the one I'm most excited about. But they range from things made from cereal grains, such as oats, corn, and wheat, seed-based milks like hemp and flax, nut milks like almond and macadamia, and then legume-based milks such as peanut, soy, and chickpea. I do think peanut's a really funny one because you're substituting one allergen for another, but you can make it.
Huh.
So my favorite new milk that has recently come out of Sweden is potato milk. And I'm really excited about the possibilities of potato milk. The company in Sweden, they call it Doug, which is the Swedish word for potato.
Bullshit.
Really,
this comes out of Ireland, not Switzerland.
I said Sweden.
Oh.
It's an S word. It's not hard to get
Switzerland,
confused.
Sweden, they're
Not
both
bullshit.
European.
It does come from Sweden.
Furthermore, Michael's like, if it's not a country being invaded in Europe right now, I don't care.
Oh.
Yeah.
Happy World War
It's-
III. Yeah.
Yay.
Yeah.
Enjoy your Fallout.
Come on to the Fallout, baby.
Also, can we just, talk about what a dog shit couple of years we've been living through?
Woo!
Because if you are a Christian right now and you do believe in the end times, you are absolutely buying lead blankets and buckets in mass.
Wars and rumors of wars.
And plague, famine, pestilence. I don't know how many of the other fucking horsemen are supposed to show up before we start getting really scared, but there's a weird guy on a motorcycle with a bad helmet showing up. I'm calling Neil Gaiman, and I'm getting the fuck out of here.
Oh, yeah. I'm in
Definitely.
danger.
It was funnier when Shane said it, but I
It was
appreciate
fun.
it,
It
John.
was, yeah, I know.
Enjoy your apocalypse, everybody. That's what we're saying. Rock out and pray for Satan.
And
Dr.
glory to
Satan.
Ukraine. But potato milk, guys. Because that's what we're really here for.
We store it in the potato pocket as well.
Yes, we totally could. I love this idea because it's just absurd. But the reason that they decided to see if this could be even a possibility is that potatoes take very little land to grow and they take very little water to grow. And the idea is to continue to come up with more sustainable ways to have milk substitutes. Because as we know, like dairy is a huge industry and also awful for the planet.
All them cow farts.
Yeah, methane's a huge problem. And I can link it in the show notes, but they actually just recently watched a TED Talk talking about methane, and we actually have enough tools to reduce it by like 30%, but nobody will implement them.
Yeah,
so
it's all
actually
about
just
how we
fuck it
feed.
here.
It's all about how we feed them as well. If we feed
Yeah.
them certain grains or something like that, we can reduce their methane by like a lot.
There's all kinds
Interesting.
of fun stuff, but you know.
Americans don't care about diet.
They'd have to learn to read.
Look, we can be number one in something, and if it's obesity, we're still number one.
Plus, the cows are part of our family. There is a resemblance.
Our house.
My people.
Sadly, though, guys, potato milk is not yet available in the US.
Damn it.
There are recipes online. If anybody makes them, please message us. Please let me know how that goes, because I read a New York Times article that said it's gross.
Well,
So-
I have three potato mashers and a lot of ingenuity in this house, so I'll try.
I'll milk a fucking potato. I'll tell you that
Yeah.
much. I'll milk a potato.
You give me a potato, I can get you something out of it.
What else I got to do in Hoboken except milk a potato?
Indeed, what were you expecting? Lobster farts?
Lobster milk.
Another one.
Accurate.
Accurate.
Well, now that you said that, you got me frustrated.
As far as sustainability is concerned, the one that comes up a lot, and we've kind of already touched on this, is almonds. Almonds take almost as much water as cows do to produce the same amount of milk. To put things in perspective, it takes 15 gallons of water to grow 15 almonds.
Holy shit.
Jesus Christ.
Is that true?
Yeah, I was going to say that.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Man,
And-
that's why Raisin Nut Brand's so goddamn expensive.
Yes. That's why almonds in general are really fucking expensive. And the other part of the problem, because if it was like, oh, it just uses a lot of water, like maybe we could figure that issue out. But 99% of the US almonds grow in California. And California already has a lot of problems with drought and water conservation.
And hippies?
That they can't
Yes.
that they can't keep up with the demand now that almond milk has created. And if you ask dairy farmers about almond production, they get very upset.
Really?
It's I saw like so many articles that were like, dairymen say no to almond milk. And it was like, okay, who asked them? Why do we care?
That makes no sense. Like, why would you go to a company, a business, whatever, and ask them about their competition?
Because drama,
Like,
obviously.
of course, they're going to be like, yeah, no, fuck those guys.
Hey, listen, I took the Pepsi challenge between the almond milk and the cow milk, and I chose Pepsi.
Pepsi milk is very tasty.
Indeed. And clear.
I also found a lot of articles in regards to almond milk producers being sued over the amount of almonds that actually go into almond milk. By weight, most brands of almond milk only contain about 2% almonds. The rest is additives.
Gross.
No, really?
Yeah,
Oh,
absolutely.
man.
So when you talk about 2% milk, it's 2% fat. But if you talk about almond milk, it's 2% almonds, and it's a bummer.
Not from concentrate.
Another
Nut
thing
from
you have to
concentrate.
look out for in almond milk is Carrageenan, which is an additive that is actually being found to cause more and more people gastrointestinal distress. So if you are one of the really sensitive people, check the back of your almond milk because that could be part of the problem.
Isn't that taken from like seaweed or something like that?
That one specifically, I don't know. If you're talking about, what is it called?
Never mind. Don't worry about it.
There are a lot of additives from seaweed. There's one specifically that's a really popular one, and I'm really upset with myself for not being able to come up with it on the spot.
Kerrang.
But generally, it'll come to me as soon as we end the episode, and then I'll be really upset. So, as far as I know, that one's not, but I could be wrong. If almond milk is a staple of your diet and you just need it and you have to have it, the most sustainable way is to actually make it at home. You can control the amount of almonds that go in it, and it's actually like so much more delicious. It is going to be more pricey, I'll be honest with you, because you're actually putting almonds in it.
Yeah, I was going to
And
say. Even the slivers cost so much that you have to sell one of your children into slavery.
Exactly. So, like, almonds are really fucking expensive. And so making it at home delicious, sustainable, might need to remortgage your house. So
If you make your own almond
cons.
milk and you get the pills that you need, you're basically paying second rent.
Yep, exactly. So something to consider. Around, I want to say it was like 1,000 gallons of water to make 1 gallon of milk, and then 920 gallons to make 1 gallon of almond milk. So, like, if water is a concern for you, maybe just drink water. I don't know.
Yeah.
Just stop drinking all the other stuff. Or drink beer. That I've heard that's really good for you, according to Michael.
No side effects.
No, if
Not
you
that
put
I
it
can
in your
remember.
cereal or your kids' cereal, I hear they behave better. So
Yeah, I heard that too.
Yeah, I had a water
You did not
latte
hear
the
that
other
from
day.
me.
It was great.
I'm just stating that for the record. I don't need CPS coming down. I did not say feed it kids. Legal says I have to say that.
Where did this legal department come from?
Technically, it's Courtney, but I just
Well,
added myself for this
I was
person.
going to say, why haven't they talked to me?
Legal says that we can't talk to you about it.
Legal
Yeah.
says we can't talk to you about legal, Shane.
I was going to say, then why is
Legal-
legal still letting me on here? I would imagine I am 80% of their problem.
Legal has
Well-
told me that we can't tell you that answer.
Oh, well.
yeah, legal says we're actually in the middle of building a case against you,
Oh, I
and by
see.
stopping you, we would actually be weakening our case.
Class
Well-
action lawsuit. Yeah.
Legal can shampoo my crotch.
Yeah, legal said you would say that.
Yeah. Hold me in contempt. I hold you in contempt. Hold this goddamn courts out of order.
Simpsons did it.
They did all of it, guys.
Yeah, they also threw me off. That's why I'm here.
Oof. To wrap us up for today, I just have some milk fun facts. These are all true. I didn't put any lies in these.
So we didn't get a
And I'm
single
really
one.
excited about them. No, you didn't.
Holy shit.
But
Well, you should be
will be
used to
honest.
failing.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
First time.
So the first one,
yeah.
and this one was Jonah's favorite. In ancient Russia, and even more recently, a single frog was placed in milk in order to keep it from going sour. Oddly enough, it worked, and scientists who have been studying this preservation technique have discovered new antibiotics by doing so.
It's also how we got the Shamrock Shake.
That's
why
Is
it's-
that why it tastes so bad?
No, it's why it's seasonal. They run out of frogs every year.
Oh, well, they're turning the freaking frogs gay.
Yeah, they're not
That's hard for-
procreating. That's the problem.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's all a conspiracy, man.
God damn.
Open your
all the way to
eyes.
the top.
Big frog over here.
Yeah, Spotify's trying to cancel it too. Fucking Neil Young and his frog advocacy.
Pro frog life, guys.
Little wrestling
It
bride.
ain't easy being green, and I've always said that.
Exactly. The world's rarest cheese is made from donkey milk. It was long thought that it was impossible to make cheese out of donkey milk because it doesn't contain enough casein, which helps coagulate the milk.
Also a lie, because
However-
I saw a girl in Tijuana do it.
You walk in.
Well,
You walk into a dark room and there's a donkey standing on its hides just going to town with its back turned to you and it's looking over its shoulder. I can't finish if you watch.
Its lips are just moving in that real weird way. Like,
I'm milking here.
donkey
I'm
punch the
milking
night.
you.
I'm sorry, Courtney.
no, you're good. Don't worry. Save it all for the last fun fact because y'all aren't going to be able to handle it.
Oh, no.
I couldn't handle a donkey either, just guarantee.
I mean, fair enough.
I want it on record that I couldn't handle a donkey.
Yes.
Legal accepts that statement.
Let it never be claimed that I could handle a donkey. I know I could not. I can't get ass.
So, as far as donkey milk cheese, cheesemonger in Serbia figured out a way to make it, and he sells it for $500 per pound. Please send your money to my Venmo so we can order some, and we will do a live tasting video.
Also, Serbian Cheesemonger is my new band name, so.
That's our
Honestly,
word.
cheesemonger is like probably the greatest job title.
Yeah.
Other than
Warlord.
at Costco, you can become a bakery wrapper, which I just think that's like rapping about baked goods all day. I think that would be Pretty good.
Indeed.
Sold.
And if I
Sign
become
me
a
up.
bakery rapper, I can open for an act at the Rhythm Room in a couple months. So it'll be good.
Get him, Dad.
Great
It's
success.
like, yeah, that's John's not even laughing, and he's the only person who would get that joke. So we're just going to leave that alone.
And finally, my last fun fact for you guys is, according to Greek mythology, our galaxy is formed out of the queen of the gods' spilt milk. In the myth, Zeus's wife Hera was pushing baby Hercules away when several drops of milk dropped from her breast and into the night sky. The name the Milky Way is actually a translation of the Greek term for milky circle, the name the ancient people gave to our corner of the universe. That's right, friends. We live in the titty way.
Man, we've been
Okay.
on the tit this whole time.
And that's a
The whole
fact,
time.
huh? That's
And
not made
this-
up by you, huh?
I'm not that creative, no.
Oh, I would have given you the credit.
Let's go straight to the top. All the way.
Just like
All the
milk
way.
fat.
And who says there's a patriarchy? We live in the Milky Way.
Checkmate, atheists.
Checkmate, cheesemongers.
No, you check your privilege.
And you check your fat content as well. I'm at 36%.
Oh, shit.
And I'm 42% Michael.
Oh, God.
Oh, God.
Spit it out.
Oh, no.
Get it off. Get it off.
Don't get it off,
Hey!
please.
What did we
That's
miss?
it. That's what I got for you. I have learned a very important lesson to never talk about milk on this podcast ever again.
I didn't
One
even
of our
know that
hot
was.
topics.
I'm sorry, God. I'm sorry, Mom.
I didn't even know that was a trigger of mine, and now I know that I can't handle milk conversation.
Well,
I'll have to add a trigger warning at the beginning of this episode. Milk and milk byproducts.
Yeah.
allow me to jump on your lag wagon here, but I'm sorry, God, and you're welcome, Mom.
Keeping moms in business since the dawn of time.
Indeed, we live in the Milky Way.
Is that a new pickup line?
Can I
not
visit
sure.
your Milky Way?
If by that you mean I'm being picked up by the police, then yes, that is officially.
Are you coming my Milky Way?
Oh my God.
Man.
Absolutely not.
Make a new universe in
no.
my mouth, baby. A whole new world. Copyright. Sorry. Moving on.
Remix.
Wiki.
Well, if you do, you'll clean it up.
I plan to. I have a sack I can keep it in.
A special one.
I come in bags.
There goes old Shane. I come in bags hunt. God bless him.
He's got 10 bags with him today. Oh, man, he must have had a busy morning.
That simple sack of shit. It's been jerking off into plastic bags for the past 10 years.
Says
He
it's
shows
good.
up to the farmer's market. He's like, "Hello, would you like to taste my wares?"
Would you care to sample my sea monkeys? It's good for the environment. This is a sustainable practice as long as I don't get a sore tallywhacker.
If I have enough water, I'm
Sustainable
set.
protein, guys.
Huh?
I've developed calluses on my cock.
It's recycling.
But
Courtney, what lies did we miss?
no, I have another 5-minute bit about me putting that milking machine on my dick.
You know what? It's funny is I had that thought immediately as you were
Milking
like,
machine
I
on
have
Shane's
something
dick?
else. I was like, I know where he's going with this.
Oh,
It's utterly delightful.
So as far as the lies go, this one's really funny to me because Shane like took this one and ran with it and was like, "This is funny and I love it." Is whole milk doesn't have 36% fat. That's heavy cream.
Oh,
Goddamn
man.
right. You tell somebody.
So the whole time that he's like, "I'm 36% fat," I'm like, I mean, heavy cream, so
He
Yeah.
does heavy cream.
That is my-
DJ Heavy Cream.
Yes,
yeah.
I'm DJ Heavy Cream. My first record will be coming in bags.
And to stores near you.
Indeed.
I put that line in there specifically because I wanted to talk about how, because I thought you guys would get it. To be honest, I thought it was a layup.
None of us have ever gotten cream, guaranteed.
The reason being is because whole milk actually only contains 3.25% fat by weight. So per serving, if you have a cup of 2%, it has about 5 grams of fat, and a cup of whole has 8 grams. So really, nutritionally, it's very slight difference.
Huh.
And most people could be drinking whole milk. It tastes better.
The more you know.
And that's also a part of the reason why if you go to a lot of coffee shops and they only have like whole milk and then milk alternatives, it's because the fat in the milk actually creates a better texture for lattes and better latte art.
Interesting.
Yeah. I did kind of cheat a little, guys. I had some license lists. Mostly because I wanted this to be educational. It turned out to be whatever it was.
It was still educational.
Probably. But
Cue the Pixies song UMass right here, just, for those that are paying attention.
I mean, I learned a lot about Shane's milk proclivities and bag proclivities.
Between my milk and milk proclivities.
Allow me.
So I told you guys that wheat milk was a thing. Wheat milk is not a thing. And I also said that chickpea milk was a thing. And to my knowledge, it is still not a thing, but they do make pea milk.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
All over
It's
my
made with
neck.
pea protein.
Indeed.
Maria?
I was actually going to say something about chickpeas, and then my brain went into making jokes, and I just, that ran away from me. So well done.
I think you did that on purpose. You talked about the nut milks before.
I was
and
too busy laughing. Yep.
Peanut milk. Just nut milk in general. Gone.
Yeah.
But if you make milk
True.
chocolate with peanut milk and then make a peanut butter cup, man, you just next leveled the game there.
Wow.
Whoa.
That would be...
Holy shit.
Reese's can go fuck himself.
Yeah, because I feel like peanut milk's really interesting in the sense of, like, it has the fat content and it has protein. So I do think you could probably do that.
About to do it right now. Trademark.
We're now dropping the podcast. We're actually going to go into the peanut milk industry.
We're milk mongers now.
Yes, indeed. It's going to be the Shane's peanut butter cup. I'm sorry, I thought of it.
You did.
I'll
You
profit
did.
share. You're all
doing-
here at the inception.
What are you doing in my swamp?
You're all.
If I started a band called Cheesemonger and the Milkmaids, would you guys all join as the Milkmaids or no?
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Guaranteed if I can wear a dress.
I think that comes with the territory.
I already have the calluses. I might as well get paid for it.
And how?
And the carpal tunnel.
The last lie, I told you that Doug was the name of the Swedish milk, which is true. But I told you that it was the Swedish word for potato. The Swedish word for potato is potatis.
Bless you.
Doug was just a cutesy little name that they gave their potato milk. So
Is it lonely Swedish?
you tell me.
All right. Well, if Tom Green doesn't call them anymore, then I suppose they are.
My mama's on your lips?
My bum is in fact on your lips.
Now kiss.
Nyah.
Spinal.
Hope you enjoy my nut milk. Well, you did a delightful job, Courtney.
Even though we tried to sabotage you the entire time.
I don't think that's sabotage. I think this is
Yeah.
just how we do shows now. If the
It feels like going through like a trial of like, can I actually get to the end of my script before I lose all of them forever?
Yeah. That's exactly
Yeah.
what you're playing.
Yeah.
It's the world's most
I
it's the
don't think
dangerous
I
game.
succeeded, but that's okay.
I mean, like, you're not really asking for commitment, so I don't know how you're going to scare any of us off. Indeed. Yeah.
So, how's everyone today?
Fuck off.
Fuck you, Michael.
Well, Michael, tell me how you're feeling.
Oh, I gave up the NPR thing like long ago.
Then
and
why
I've
are
been-
you still talking like that?
Because you started it, and that reminded me that I needed to talk like this the whole time, but I didn't.
I just
Yeah.
really admire Michael's commitment to his bit of pretending to be sick instead of playing Elden Ring with me. Because I offered a fucking
Yeah,
a
at
peace
1 a.m. in
offering.
the fucking morning.
I said,
You're like,
Oh,
hey
now the
man,
voice comes
you just
back.
Yeah.
because I focus because now I'm ranting, and if I don't, I'm gonna start hacking up a lung, and no one wants to see that
I
on
do
live
feel like
television.
this
That-
is faked. Yeah.
I worked a 13-hour shift yesterday, and you're like, hey man, it's gonna be 1 a.m. You want to play some Elden Ring? I'm like, fuck no. I'm tired. I'm sick. I want to go to bed.
I don't
I
know,
woke
man.
up perfectly fine. Well, not perfectly fine. I woke up, tolerating life instead of hating it. And I decided I would play a little bit of video games today. Where were you at noon?
I drive
I was-
Dodge Stratus.
Yeah, exactly.
I was
Accusing
playing
me of
Elden Ring.
things. Man.
Big time stuff.
You didn't have to yell. I'm gonna tell people that you yelled.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
he
I
yelled.
got heated. I'm
yelled.
sorry. I just.
He's
But-
not your stepdaughter. You can't just yell at him.
But she's 69 fucking yelled at me.
Yeah.
You need another
There's
6-9 in
369s
there.
Oh,
in
yeah.
there.
sorry.
Yeah.
Because
Pay attention.
triples is safe. Triples is best. We needed 3 69s in there.
Yeah, double
Well,
your
that's my
pleasure,
safe
double
word.
your fun, double your shit until Michael is done. But Michael, we love you. And you do an awful lot of work in order to make this show happen every week. Granted, it's not on mic, it's usually off mic, and that's where your strengths are at, but we love you for it. And you're a marvelous human being.
One would say that off mic is the hot mic.
Off mic is the best mic.
Which is true, because I did mention it to our super fan Steven that we did have the lost episode that went on for an hour and a half, and Michael was actually funny and made me
He was
crack
so
up
funny, guys.
multiple times. And he's never been so clever on the recording, and he claims it's a performance anxiety. When he knows that he's got to go, he can't perform.
I can't.
But when no one's watching, he's funny as fuck.
I appreciate that.
Mhm.
So maybe a live recording or a live episode might actually.
How is that going to make it any better? Because again, yours
In
is
front of
the
people?
tree falling in the woods principle. You're only funny when no one else is around to verify it.
If we
Maybe
did a
if
live,
I just put blinders
I was
on.
gonna say if we did anything live, you have to be sitting facing the wall.
That's my shtick. Nobody steals my shtick.
They'll be like, "Wow, I can't believe he can play his instrument while facing a wall."
Nobody puts Michael in a corner.
Not even Michael.
Except me. Oh, I know what I've done wrong. I wear the dunce cap.
It's
I
pronounced
thought that was
likes
just
it.
how your hair naturally fell. I didn't realize that it was a
No, it's
product
from
of
a
wearing
dunce
it.
cap.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It makes so much more sense now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I sit in the corner a lot.
Like you're an unwilling pinhead. It's not even your own fault.
Hmm.
Okay. Well, speaking of sideshow attractions, thank you all for being here for another sloppy substitute of milk. And enjoy your chickpea milk. I hope that it's as delightful as it sounds. I'll just eat
Just
hummus.
doesn't have enough chickpea-ness.
Penis?
Excuse me.
Chickpea-ness.
Chick penis? You like that particular type of pornography? Huh?
Oh, you into
No.
freaky stuff, huh?
Yeah.
Oh.
Tabasco.
Oh.
Ooh,
Spicy
yes.
chickpea.
I like this. Picasso.
Picasso.
So, thank you all for being here, as always, for another delightful edition of Disinformed. We are thrilled that you're here. Of course, we have new episodes winging your way every Marvelous Monday, and you should probably just subscribe so that you'll stop giving Michael a complex, because he does check the stats. So,
Obsessively.
just be aware that if you just take everything from us with no filter whatsoever, we'll be happier. We're not here for your joy. This is all about our egos, and we need it to be stroked. So please dedicate yourselves and, tell us how great we're doing. We'd love to hear your commentary on how delightful our witty repartee is on the weekly.
You won't.
You won't. So then it just means I have to sit here and laugh at my own jokes and almost fall off of my stool when I'm talking about, titty milk and coming in bags.
Yeah.
And he does come in bags.
Often.
It is known.
Yes.
Right now.
Save it for a rainy day.
Just hope you don't make a mess when you put it in your fridge.
It's muscle milk. So
Well, he's got the special bowl, so it's fine. Pitcher, sorry.
it's a funnel. Thank you.
Oh, my apologies.
I do not want a wasted drop.
True.
You
Yes.
fucking asshole.
Yeah, it's about to be a mic drop right now. So, ladies and germaphobes, as always, you can also check us out on socials. There's a link tree down below in the show notes, and you can go click and just view till your heart's content. We have a slew of content over on YouTube as well. There are playlists galore, including all 197 episodes that we have of this show, including our glorious After Dark material and fan friction. In addition, you can see Marty Jannetty's Paper Tooth. I mean, how can you pass up that opportunity?
I sure couldn't.
Indeed. But I believe that is going to wrap it up for this week, unless you want to go scope out our TikToks, which are riotously funny, and you can see things that you would otherwise miss just from viewing the episode proper, like Michael's Zoom freezing, or perhaps maybe from this week, Courtney's Zoom freezing. Or perhaps from the next time we record on any day, starting with a T and ending with Y, and somebody else's, Zoom freezing.
Titty day?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
Every
Titty Day.
day's titty day.
Oh, man.
Titty days in your heart.
I love Titty Day.
So, go check out those Talks of Ticks, because there's a delightful bunch of nonsense there, including Michael's frozen face.
I don't know why we all did that. But
It's our logo for season 4. I'm just going to freeze
Somehow we
frame all
managed.
4 of us doing this.
But it has to form like a, little
It's
Yeah.
going
you
to form.
rotate us so we form like a
Trap
No,
square or
it's going to form a food pyramid, and Mick Foley will be thrown from the top of it. And that is how we're going to advertise this
Beautiful.
podcast going forward.
Beautiful. Yeah.
Mr. Sacco. So, thank you all for being here. We love you. We hope that you take care of yourselves, and of course, we're sending big love out to the folks in the Ukraine, and yeah, gotta love everybody. We're not gonna editorialize any further.
We're not gonna get started.
I'm not gonna go off on another tangent, because my rants are always very legal. Has talked to me about the rants, so I need
legal
to
said
work.
that you would lie about hearing them.
Yes, indeed. So, I guess we got to cut the power to this feed. But on behalf of the free and liberated Disinformed podcast, I am Shane.
I'm John.
I'm Michael.
I'm Courtney.
You can hold me down, legal! Freedom!
And
How about that?
Yeah,
zippity
that's
zoop, I'm
perfect.
milking here.
Zippity zoop.
Zippity zoop, we're out
We're out of here.
Hey!
Hey!